Oh, hi there.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So we got some rain going on.
I know, it's a bummer. I think it's gonna rain all week. Um, what was I gonna ask you? So I started watching some of your videos.
Mhm.
At what age do you train dogs?
Like big boy training,
Yes.
6 months.
Okay, so we're not even close.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you use shock collars?
I do e-collar, correct.
Okay. And is that for everything?
So the way I look at it
But I'm
is,
like, what is he saying? Tap, tap. What's he? And then I finally realized what it was. I'm like, okay.
so under 6 months, it's real basic stuff, the stuff that we're doing, potty training, crate training, and food stuff, right? How you doing, Mike? Um, and once the puppies hit 6 months, they can be trained to an adult level.
Okay.
And I train for um, realistic scenarios. So, like, let's say you're out with Bocce, you're at the park, and then he just runs off. If you've only done food training, if he's chasing a squirrel, if he's running towards the street, or something catches his attention, and you call him and you've only done food training, there's no guarantee that you're going to get him back.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So for e-collar, it gets me control on or off leash. So I tell my client, and then I tell my clients, like, why spend all this money on the stuff that's not even going to be realistic, and just invest a little more in the tool and get off leash training off the bat.
Yeah.
Um, and like I have a client now who's doing prong collar with their golden doodle, and it's just they're yanking the dog all the time, and he's still not even like he's like maybe 50% listening. Whereas e-collar, I get really close to 100%. And if the dog gets off leash and decides to blow me off and not listen, well, I can make him the dog listen because I have a device that connects us.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I insist on e-collar. There's plenty of people that do all types of training.
Yeah.
And I just had a consultation earlier, and I told the gentleman, like, my rate's the same, right? And I know if someone comes to me and says, train my dog only food, and I say it's $3,000, and they say, okay, I know when they get that dog back, they're gonna go, this is not worth $3,000.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it gets you what you pay for, essentially. That's why when Mike asked about in person, I said, don't even worry about it with the stuff that we have for Bocce.
Okay.
Because it's super simple. You're not going to screw your dog up. You know, it's food stuff. It's the fun stuff. It's the paw, the rollover, the sit, the down, the cute stuff.
Okay.
But when
I
he's
couldn't find that though. All the videos I found were the heel and the stay.
just on YouTube in general.
Yeah, I couldn't find all the simple ones.
Did you look on my channel or on YouTube?
No, well, I'm on your channel.
Yeah, you want to look on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube.
Okay, but not my channel, just YouTube in general.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, am I missing something?
I have a couple of videos.
Yes.
But since I'm known for aggression and like off leash stuff, that's why my stuff is almost all aggression or off leash.
Got it. Okay.
You know?
I was like, what is he talking about? Okay.
Yeah, but no worries. I can help you guys with the basic stuff.
Okay.
And then one trainer I recommend is Kiko Pup, KIKOPUP.
On YouTube?
Yeah, that's her channel name.
Kiko Pup. Okay.
Lady with like short hair, but she's purely positive food-based training.
Got it.
She's my kind of energy, like she's laid back.
Got it.
There's other people. There's plenty of different personality types.
Stop puppy biting. I'll have to watch that one.
You'll find some good information and you'll find some not so effective information. But in terms of like the teaching the sit and the down and all that stuff, she's a good resource.
Because that's what we should be working on now is the sit, the down, the paw, things like that.
Yeah. Um, and don't worry about, like, you could even give it to the kids to do for fun,
Okay.
because in my experience, for most people, a good dog is a dog that's potty trained, doesn't bark that much, doesn't bite people, is friendly, sociable, doesn't pull a whole lot, right? That's like the general rule of thumb for a good dog.
Mm-hmm.
And when people have that kind of dog, they really don't care about obedience unless they go hiking, they go to their dog to like a restaurant patio, and they're needing more control.
Yeah.
But for the most part, when people have a good dog, they really don't care about obedience stuff.
Got it.
So for Bocce, if like you want to do more advanced stuff when he's older, for sure. But for now, like, I wouldn't stress about how much work gets put into it, because I've trained dogs as old as like 12 years old, 8 years old, with no training, and I still get the same reliability
Got it.
because of the tool. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. The stuff now is like fun stuff while he's cute and small and all that.
Yeah.
His brain is definitely more in a problem solving mode right now. Like, he'll learn his body mechanics and like how to think and all that stuff. So it is beneficial in that sense, but not necessary in the future if you're wanting more advanced stuff. The foundation doesn't matter.
Got it. Okay.
Other questions?
What were our problems this week? One problem.
We were over, because it was so hot, we were over feeding him water.
I'm not copping to the we on that. That was all you got.
Well, I mean, like,
because he was peeing twice within an hour, and it was clear as can be.
well, we were playing with him outside, right? And then he would come run right in the house and go right to the bowls, like, because he's thirsty. So, but like that's kind of one of those things that we know it's happening, right? Like, we know we're probably giving him too much water, but I guess it's like a balance, right? Between, like, I don't want to not play with him outside. You know?
Like, because his body is adapting.
Yeah.
Right. He's got to adapt to the heat. He's also potty training at the same time. So like my dogs, I could take them out, do some stuff in the heat, bring them back, they'll lap up a bunch of water, but I won't take them out till like 7 hours later.
Yeah.
In the potty training phase is when you have to be a bit more strict, so I might not give them access to inside the home, and maybe have water outside available for him, so he can still have water, but if he pees,
we do have a bowl outside. Because then I was like, do we pull the bowl? Because when he knows where it is. I've kept it out there, and when it's hot, he runs for it.
Sure. So Sorry, could you repeat that? The storm here is
I know, it's monsoon outside.
Yeah.
He knows we do have a bowl outside.
Okay.
We don't keep it filled, but he runs for it. Like, if he's been playing outside or a long walk and we let him in, not through the front door, but through the side, he goes straight for it. Should we be giving it if he's going for it, even if it's just a little?
Yeah, I don't mind that he gets the water. But what I would do is I would either limit him to only be outside with access to water outside. Before you bring him back inside, take him out for, the potty break, let him pee, back inside. I'd probably kennel him for another 30 minutes, take him back outside to pee, and then he should be empty from everything that he drank. And then you can come back and assume you should be okay.
Got it. Okay.
Right? So there's like an extra step in there, just because I'm adjusting for how much water he took. And it's like a deviation from the schedule, right?
Yeah.
But the schedule is always it's a framework. And then you deviate and you make adjustments as needed.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
One problem I noticed this week, we had walked the kids over to some friends' houses, and on leash, I'm sitting there talking to the mom, and he just starts yapping. Like, it was obnoxious. There weren't other dogs, there weren't other pedestrians. He was just wanted to go, I'm sure.
Mhm.
And I didn't have a can of spray on me. Didn't even think about taking it outside, but maybe I should. But I mean, what do we do for the yaps?
What is he walked on? Harness or a collar?
We just got him a harness.
Okay.
We were afraid about pulling the neck. I mean, like literally this week or last week.
How much does he weigh again?
I think he's 9 by now.
9
9
pounds.
pounds.
Is it a back clip harness or a front clip or both?
Back.
Okay. So the back clip is going to promote more pulling, just so you know. And it's going to give him, he's 9 pounds, but it's more to his advantage to have a back clip harness. Okay. When you have a front clip harness, if he tries to pull, it like deviates the front legs to the side, so the dogs don't have the strength to really kind of dig in with their feet. But the reason why I say front clip is because if he starts barking, you can provide a level of consequence with the harness by simply pulling up and putting tension to help relax the dog, and then I just ease up as soon as the dog settles. The better tool, but I don't know if they make it for his size, would be a gentle leader.
Oh,
A gentle leader. It goes around, it's not a muzzle, but it goes around the muzzle. It's just that it's like a little thin leash, like right here. And there's a clip on the bottom. So it goes around the snout. So if the dog tries to pull, it deters the head. It pulls it to the side. So if he starts barking, if I pull up, it'll close his mouth, and it provides a bit of tension or discomfort to what's the word? Deter him from repeating the barking behavior. Like, it gives you more control. Otherwise, with the harness, if you pull up, he's going to just be like this, and he's going to be yapping.
yeah, I mean,
holding him up.
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
To the point where I had to have my youngest, I'm like, just walk him to the end of the block so I could talk to this woman because he's driving me batshit.
Yeah, he just got bored or frustrated, or he wanted attention, and that's where that was coming from.
Got it. Okay. So maybe the harness we bought is not the right call. You missed that, Michael, unfortunately.
Where'd you get it from? Amazon?
Bentley's
Bentley?
over on Southport.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have gentle leaders there. I know a place on Clark just north of Diversey. It's a little small business, Bark by the Park. She sells them there because I used to have puppy classes there, so I think she might still carry them. Otherwise, you should be able to order it on Amazon.
And what are they called?
So it's the same brand. It's called the Gentle Leader.
Gentle.
And they make Gentle Leader, correct? They make both the one that goes on the snout and then one that's the front clip. Okay.
Okay.
It depends on how big his snout is. So like pugs and bulldogs, Boston Terriers, like dogs that really have a snout, like you can't use the Gentle Leader because there's nothing there.
Okay.
Once he's got a little snout, you'll see it'll say from 10 to 20 pounds, 20 to 50 pounds, and then you just get the one appropriate to him.
Okay.
And then it just goes over the snout like that, and there's a collar right here, and with the little string, and you clip your leash to it, and that gives you the most control. So if he goes to try to pick up like garbage off the ground, if you
that was going to be my other question, because he walks and he goes for the garbage, and I have not realized how many goddamn yards in this city have wood chips. He always goes for the wood chips.
Sure.
Well, half our walk is fishing.
He's eating everything.
Wood chips out of his mouth.
He ate the kids took him for a walk over the weekend, and he ate
anthill.
He ate someone's somebody had as litter thrown on the ground, like a mask.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like a paper mask.
He got into an anthill.
Then he got into an anthill.
He had all these ants in his.
Yeah.
So maybe we should buy that thing.
I was not here for that. Thank God.
As soon as you pull, it's an immediate. Whereas with the flat collar, he can still stretch his head out, or with the front clip harness or even the black clip harness, he can still pull and get access to it. That Gentle Leader, as soon as you put pressure, it's gonna just move his head away. and it gives you the most control.
Wow.
So maybe we do that because it's driving us crazy right now.
Yeah, you can call Bentley's and see if they carry it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can get it online. They usually sell it at PetSmart or Petco, I believe.
Okay.
But I always suggest just calling ahead to make sure. Yeah, you would get one that's appropriate to his weight size. And what's the biggest we're expecting him to get?
They
15 to 20.
said 15 to 20.
Okay, yeah. So if you got like a one for a 25, 15 to 25 pound dog, it'll just mean he's gonna have more strap here on the bottom, and he'll grow into it.
Okay.
Okay. But I use that for puppies under 6 months because it gives people more control without, putting pressure on the trachea. Because harnesses promote bad behavior and gives you the least amount of control. So like the barking you had
Yeah.
experience, like the pulling back on the harness can agitate and create more barking.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Which is fine because getting him into the harness is a pain. So if we have to ditch that, so be it.
Yeah, and this should come with like a little DVD, if you get that particular brand. And I always suggest, if you still have a DVD player to watch it.
I don't think we do anywhere. Oh, actually in the car.
Oh, we can watch it in our car.
Yeah, we can watch it in the car.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
There you go. But they're most likely, they have their own, probably their own YouTube videos as well.
Okay.
Get it, and you have issues, just shoot me an email, and I'll look on YouTube to see what I can find.
Okay.
But it essentially just shows you how to get him acclimated to it, pairing it with food, and like how do you use it to teach simple obedience type things. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was our biggest deal with the yapping and just the constantly picking things up with his mouth when he walks.
What did he say about the yapping?
That's part of it.
Okay.
Like it's.
Is there any particular reason why he's doing that now all of a sudden?
Yeah, because he's a puppy. He's a dog.
You're supposed to have better answers than that.
That is the answer. Dogs are meant to be out in the wild, chewing on sticks and stones and rocks.
No, I meant the yipping. Because literally, I heard him like a half a block away.
Yeah, all of a sudden he heard me. It was more than half a block. I mean,
it sounded like he was frustrated. Was it hot out that day?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was this weekend.
We didn't walk very far, and it wasn't very long. But I don't know.
Some potentials would be he was overheated, and he's like, especially if you're in the sun. One potential reason. Otherwise, if you're just sitting still and like he's not getting any attention, then it's more so just frustrated barking.
Yeah, I met a new neighbor, and I was talking to her, and after about 10 minutes, he'd had it and started.
It's like a kid going, "Mom, mom, mom."
God, that's the worst.
It was. It's still the worst.
They still do it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get them gentle eaters.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. And that was, the accidents yesterday are bad.
Yeah. No, but for the most part.
But he's had longer stretches.
Okay.
Which has been nice.
Yeah, he went from Saturday morning, he almost went 5 hours. Yeah, which was great. So, he still loves the crate. Hasn't had any accidents in the crate.
That's good.
Yeah.
Have you used the crate at all to press his bladder at all? Like, if it looked like he was about to make a mistake and you're like, oh, and then you put him in the crate instead?
We haven't done that because we haven't been quick enough to catch it. Like literally, we're seeing him pee.
Sure.
And I don't know if I'm supposed to spray him as he's peeing just so he can know that that's not right.
And the kid's like, he's peeing. And we're like, okay, well, do something about it. Pick him up, get it, whatever. And he's like, oh, wow, that's a lot of pee. So
what you can do is, I don't ever really correct dogs for peeing unless it's a marking behavior. Okay, so right now he's potty training. that I like do a loud stomp and a clap with the hay all at once to see if it'll like kind of shock them.
Yeah.
And then I'll go pick them up and then pop them in the crate and then clean up the mess and then take them out at the, the scheduled time.
Got it.
Otherwise, you could also limit his range of freedom as well. Like if everybody's in the living room, then the puppy should just be in the immediate space of the living room. If you're in the kitchen, then the puppy should be, for the most part, in the immediate space of the kitchen. Because anytime they leave that space or they're out of that space unattended, it's most likely going to be.
Yeah, he has a very limited space in this house. I mean, we limit him to the family room and the kitchen. That's it.
Which is one big room as we're standing in right now.
And
I won't let him in the dining room because if I find pee there, I'll have a heart attack. So he's really in one.
He's not
room.
Upstairs. He's not in the basement. It's just outside and in this main area here of the house.
Okay. When are you noticing those potty mistakes? Like, is it like at a certain time in the morning, evening, after eating?
It is not in the morning.
Morning's his strongest.
Yeah, he does not.
I feel like it's mid-afternoon.
It's probably when there's the majority of action. If I had to like.
Oh, sure.
If I had to say that, pinpoint it to something, it's like when like everybody's around and they're kind of switching off who's watching he's all riled up usually. Like, because yesterday it happened twice within literally 45 minutes. We were getting ready to have people over.
So we were cooking.
The kids were kind of like sporadically watching him or whatever, and he was kind of getting excited. And so yeah, it's usually between.
That one surprised me because it was 2 within 45 minutes, and it was
probably
a lot
between
of pee.
2 and 5.
But again, it was clear. Not yellow on it.
He drank a lot of water yesterday because he was running around outside and stuff. So yeah, I would have to say it was between 2 and 5 o'clock is when it happens.
Okay, and this is like on an almost daily basis between that time frame?
I wouldn't say it's daily.
I wouldn't say it's daily either.
Giada, does he have accidents daily?
No.
She thinks, our oldest thinks the dog is just like descended directly from Christ himself. She thinks he's perfect. So it's like God, Jesus Christ, Bocce. Yeah.
The Holy Trinity.
So, yeah, he's just
right, he's part of it.
Yeah, he can do no wrong.
So these calls are a waste of them.
Yeah.
So
they're like, we know what we're doing here.
that's right, we got it.
Well, she was watching the video with us, and like the shock collar concept was like,
yeah. Well, that's
not shocking.
That's later on. Yeah. No, it's all food, fun stuff right now.
Okay.
Stuff. Okay, so in that high activity time frame, that 2 to 5, like the kids are playing with them, engaging with them, and stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's
Because
typically what it is. All 3 kids are like trying to get his attention, and like he's running around.
When he's nipping, so when he really starts to nip is when he's playing. And that's when I'm like, just take him outside and run him. Like if he wants to do that, then take him outside, get a ball, let him pull on a rope, whatever it's going to be. But yeah, it's about then. And then I swear our witching hours at like 8 o'clock.
Right. How about, because they're just playing with them, and then it's kind of like keep an eye to see if he has a potty mistake, right? Is that the approach right now?
Yes.
I would probably do.
Put him in
like,
the crate.
No, like we can work with that. Is the 2 girls and the son, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if like you gave them a time frame to play with him? So like one's got him for 30 minutes, and then when they're done, they run him out the potty. Then they transfer 30 minutes, run him out the potty, and then the last one, 30 minutes, run him out the potty.
But does that set him back? Because then you've gone 3 times in an hour and a half, and you're not stretching anything.
Yes, but it's kind of like, do you risk just him having a bunch of potty mistakes, or getting them to go outside, and just for that small time frame, breaking away from the schedule.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if
It's
it was
tough
just the
'cause I
two
feel
of you
like
and Bocce,
he's out a lot. You know, it's stretch him, but then if he eats or drinks anything, then it's 30 minutes. And then if you're going to play with him, then it's 30 minutes.
Well, and also what we've
I
been
don't know,
doing
it's
is
tough.
like if he'll have an accident, we'll be like, just take him outside. You know, just to get him.
sure.
I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's just more because we're frustrated and we want him out of the house. It's typically what it is.
Yeah, the tricky thing is the kids, and I understand the kids want to play with Bocce, and he's
Yeah.
pup and all that stuff. But then it's like when you're potty training, it's not beneficial.
Yeah.
You know, so
What are we supposed to do with that?
I don't know. Get rid of the kids?
Get rid of the kids, yeah.
Good.
That would be.
We've contemplated that.
We have.
Yeah, I mean, we're welcome to having a puppy with kids.
I know.
Well, and honestly, like we've talked about before, everybody's home all day. Normally they would be at camp. We would be working. And we're trying your suggestion of like just leaving them alone and everybody leaving this floor. But it's proving to be more difficult than, like, perfect example, right now he's passed out. One is laying next to him and can't wait for him to get up. The other one's having lunch. The other one's, I don't know where she is, but technically he should be in his crate sleeping by himself. Maybe nobody on the floor so that it's nice and quiet and we leave him alone.
It's hard though. This is like either move his house though, because this is the epicenter.
It doesn't need to be. Only for lunch purposes, really. You could be in the office. I could be in the office. Juliana's up in her room.
What if you had like a separate, like simpler kennel, like in the area of the house that's not that frequented, and then for, you know, a few hours of the day he's in there.
Could do that.
You know, so that if everybody's in the, you know, how would you say, in the living room area, kitchen area, you remove him as opposed to removing everybody else.
Love it. I got my 12-year-old's over shaking her head now.
How about if the
You're
kennel
not
was
helping.
How
This
about if
is
the kennel was in
problem.
your room? Yeah. That's an idea.
Just get a really big one and put the kids in there.
I know. That's
kind of
would
what
work
this house.
better.
That's kind of what this house has been since March 15th. This is the big kennel.
Yeah.
Everybody's peeing everywhere, eating everywhere.
I mean, the only other thing I can think of that would help you kind of break away from the standard structure, like, you know, of like the routine and stuff, is you could get them a diaper.
Oh,
and the theory behind that,
Lost him.
the thing about the diaper here is that if he soils inside, like let's say he's going to have a pee accident, it goes in the diaper, right? But then it's a deterrent because now he's technically soiling himself as well. Does that make sense?
Yes. And then you don't want to sit in that.
Yeah. So like I've done this, it's super rare, but I've done this in the past with like dogs that mark, you know, and then they'll just smack a you know, potty diaper, whatever on them, and the dog will go and try to pee on things, and it ultimately ends up peeing on itself. And I'll tell them, like, don't take the diaper off, leave it on until it's time to let the dog out. So then it's not just like, oh, I peed on myself, but I peed on myself and had to sit with it until like, you know, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I do it the same way as I do the kennel. It's just we're doing a different, you know, a different approach. So it allows the freedom to the dog, but then they're walking around with this diaper.
Oh, that would suck. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't see us doing that.
I know. I got a lot of things working against me and Bocce right now.
I know.
Kids, I got everybody inside the house on quarantine.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I think we keep trying, at least initially.
'cause at what point do these, whatever's being instilled in him, become non-fixable? Or is everything fixable?
I mean, when it's potty training, I mean, I've had dogs as old as 1 and 2 who still have potty issues. And as long as they stick to a strict schedule, like it's fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, if it depends on what the person's willing to do. Like, I've done some crazy potty training stuff, but like I told you, like the Yorkie story where he was like literally lived in a kennel for 2 weeks
Yeah.
in his own filth because he kept soiling and he wouldn't soil in the litter box, you know. But the husband had a stroke and they had no choice but to train him to do so. So they were incentivized, and like there was an older couple. They're like in their 50s or 60s,
Yeah.
without 3 kids in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the biggest thing is the kids are obviously engaging with them. They're running them around and stuff. They want turns with him.
Yeah.
And all that constant, how'd you say, activity is causing for him having to go.
Yeah.
You know, so unless you put the kids on a timer, and that's why I said, you know, I would break away from the 2-hour schedule at that point and just say, you guys, these are your time frames to play with Bocce, and when you're done, run them out before you give them to your sibling.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Go on.
That's really all we had for today. We didn't really have a whole lot of questions for you.
Did you want to start the kids with him and training with treats and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, I could do that. It's simple.
All right, you two.
Well,
I got 2 of the 3. Alexa, drop in on Juliana's room.
he
He was napping right now, though, right? Right?
What that?
He was napping.
Yeah,
Potty.
he's passed out.
Yeah, he'd most likely have to potty if we wake him up right now.
Yeah.
So I don't want to run him out, get him the potty first.
Go take him out and let him, just take him in the side yard. Don't take him on a walk. Quickly. Juliana, come downstairs, please. Alexa, drop call.
What kind of treats do you have for Bocce?
We have. Oh, he's gonna get all wet.
Well, is there a towel there?
They're train me.
Yep, that's good.
Okay.
Now those treats, I break them up even smaller. Like I'll go into quarters if possible.
Quarters of these?
Yeah, because you'll fill up really quick if you give them a whole one.
Okay. Well, for the purposes of what we're doing now, should I quarter some?
Sure, for the kids, make it easier for them.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he'll get full really quick. And dogs don't care about how big the treat is. They care about the rate of reinforcement, how many treats they get. So it allows you to give them, 20 without causing any stomach upset or getting them too full too quickly.
Okay.
When you reward them for like potty outside and stuff, if you give them a whole one, that's fine because it's like a one-off reward. But for training, you definitely want smaller.
Okay. All right.
We're going to work with the trainer.
Teach Bocce some fun
teach
stuff.
Bocce some fun things. We'll give him treats and stuff, okay? Yeah, I bet you'd like that.
Bocce's
Well,
going
he's
potty
going on
with your
potty right
sister.
Wait, like outside in front?
No,
In the yard.
in the yard, just to get him to go pee-pee so we can get going. All right. Get some of these going.
Has he learned anything yet? Like he's like a sit or anything? Nothing?
No, they've tried sit a little bit, but they weren't doing it with treats.
Oh, okay. Were they just saying sit and then?
And then if he actually happened to sit, oh my God, I'm like, you got lucky. You got lucky.
Alexa, stop timer.
She coming back in.
And Bocce, he's a mini golden doodle, right?
Mini Australian Labradoodle.
Australian Labradoodle. But he's a golden brown, right?
He's like an apricot-y, yeah.
I get it, okay. There's so many doodles of things now, I lost track.
That is for sure. What do you have?
I have a pit bull and a chihuahua.
Nice.
Yeah. I had a chow mix, but I had moved into an apartment that only allowed 2 dogs. So I asked a friend of mine if he could watch her. And then he has a family with kids and stuff, and the kids got too attached to her.
They fell in love.
And she's old, like she's 10 years old now. And I was like, you know, she's better off with the family with kids and stuff. So I see her every now and then when I go by his place.
Nice. Did he go potty? Jada, did he go potty? He did.
Excellent.
Okay, so let me get these in a baggie for the kids. And then we'll go sit on the ground. Luca,
Yeah.
can you get off your thing? We're gonna train the dog. Come on.
Oh, Mommy, I gotta.
Juliana, can you hand your sister the towel, please, to wipe his paws?
Is he frozen? Oh, what?
Okay.
So what?
Yeah, can you grab that towel, please, and help? Okay, I'm gonna bring you over here.
All right.
Why they hose him off or whatever they're gonna do.
I'll go get some chew toys.
Now let's remove all the toys so there's not any distractions for him.
Dry him off.
Yeah, she's doing it now. Juliana, can you say hi?
Oh, oh.
Oh, no, she stepped on my computer. Oh, don't step on my computer. All right, I'm gonna lift this up because that's not gonna work.
There we go.
Okay, see now you're ready to rip.
Oh.
Don't
All
fight.
right. So, what's the young lady's name?
Juliana, can you say hello?
Hi.
Hello, Juliana. All right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna teach Bocce some tricks here, okay? And one thing I want you to remember is when you have a treat in your hand, it's easiest if you take the treat and you put it right there, tucked
See,
behind your thumb.
no problem. Hey, stop. See, now my clothes. Use the can. Watch it, stop. Stop.
Back your train on.
Here we can.
Come on, good boy. Come on, baby.
Okay, Jada, sit. We're teaching. Jada, say hello.
Hello.
That's right, that's right.
Alrighty. So you're gonna take the treat and you're gonna want to tuck it between your thumb and your hand to kind of hide it. There you go. To hide it. And you're gonna put it in front of Bocce's nose and slowly just move your hand to make a circle so that Bocce walks in a circle. Okay?
So,
We're gonna bring it down to his nose.
can I put this here? Okay, stay with my computer so he can watch us see if we're doing it properly. Here, you can do it so mommy can position the camera. So did you hear what he said? He said to put it right there and then run it in front of his nose and then do a circle. Okay, but don't block the camera so he can watch you.
Yeah, so go ahead and bring it down to Bocce's
Down.
nose level.
Okay, too many hands. Let him smell her.
Right. And you're gonna move very slowly.
Well, see, this is the one who's afraid of the nipping, so it's tough.
I think I should.
Oh.
All right, I don't have it. Juliana, put it in front of his nose, please.
Jordan, if you're gonna be scared of me,
Don't
should I
bite me.
do it? Bocce.
I don't have it. I just cut them all up, and that's what you smell.
Bocce.
Stop biting me. There you go. Ah.
How about you give it to mommy? I'm gonna do it since she's scared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you do it if she's scared.
Let's try with the oldest first,
Yes.
Bocce.
so they can get a visual.
See, he's just biting, so it's hard.
Stop stepping on the computer.
Ow!
Bring your hand out so that he can smell the treat, so he knows he has something.
Let go.
Bocce.
Ah.
Cooperate.
You guys, stop touching him. Luca. She's got to do it with her hand. You bring him back.
Bocce.
Bocce.
Then
Cooperate.
let that do
Yeah,
it.
why don't you do it then?
No,
Chaos.
I
See,
want-
this
I
is
want
the
you guys
problem.
to do it.
Oh, you're the favorite.
Sit.
Do you happen? Did he eat earlier today?
Oh, there we go.
That's
There
good. There you go. Now feed him. Good. And we're gonna try that again. And you want to move your hand slower so that he can follow it. Okay.
Bocce.
Can I do it?
No.
Nope.
Bocce.
You just saw my bag. I'm going to
Wow,
hide the
why
bag.
did you do that?
Sorry, well, let him smell it. Let him smell it. Don't bite me. Slowly. Slow.
Good.
No.
Yeah. So keep it in front of the nose. Keep it in front of the nose. Yep. Keep it there. Good. 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 Now feed.
Good boy.
So, do you see how he keeps kind of jumping to nip at your hand? Right? You want to keep it right there next to his nose the entire time, because then when you move too far away, he wants to jump to bite at it.
Bocce.
I don't have it. Don't bite me. Keep it in front of his nose.
Right? Slow, slow, slow. Now feed. Good. We're gonna try that again, but this time instead of doing a circle, you're gonna do a figure 8.
No. Let her start with her. And then we'll practice.
Bocce.
Sit, please. He's mommy. He smells the bag on mommy. There we go. Figure eight it.
Right?
Do you know what a figure eight is?
Yeah.
It's an 8.
Okay, go.
Bocce.
Bocce. Mommy.
Well, she doesn't know what a figure eight is.
No,
All
I do know.
right, put your hand in front of his nose.
Bocce.
Bocce.
There we go.
Like this.
Yeah.
It's like an infinite sign.
Yeah.
Bocce.
Good. Yeah. So you want him to follow up the whole time. Yep. Back to his nose. Back to his nose.
Bocce.
There you go. And go ahead and feed right there. Good. Okay. We're gonna try one more just like that.
Well, what does
it's right
this teach him?
Bocce. Bocce's right here. Bocce, why
Mom,
aren't
what
you
does
doing
it
it? It's right
teach
here.
him? What does this teach him to do?
Good boy.
Like, I don't want it.
Why don't you ask Coach Jesse, buddy?
What does this teach him? The dog?
It teaches Bocce his body mechanics. It's teaching him how to use his nose so that when you're trying to teach other things, it makes it easier. But it's also easy for the human to learn how to use luring or food luring to shape behaviors.
You want me to do it again in a figure eight?
Yeah, do one more.
Okay, Bocce.
He smells it on mommy. That's the problem.
Mommy. or-
Sorry, it's in my pocket.
Bocce.
Don't bite me.
Bocce.
Good. Excellent. And then back to his nose. There you go. Now feed. Good. Let's go ahead and get another treat.
You cut them, they look so small.
Yeah, he said for training purposes, they should be a lot smaller.
Oh, yeah. That makes
Or else we'll get
What
full.
you're gonna do is we're gonna go back to do a circle, okay? And then at the end, you're gonna slowly pull up, but keep it in front of Bocce's nose to create a sitting motion, okay? So it's gonna make him look like this.
Okay.
But you wanna keep it right here by his nose.
Bocce.
He's gonna hang up on you. He's stepping on my computer.
Bocce.
Don't bite me.
Bocce, look at. So at the end of the circle.
Okay. And keep it closer to the nose and a little bit back over his head. Almost.
You're almost kind of tilting him a little bit.
Yeah, closer to his nose.
Bocce. Bocce, no.
Yep, it's okay. Keep trying.
It's like I'm
Bocce.
Alright.
Bocce.
Put it in front of his nose to smell. There you go.
No, Bocce.
Back to his nose. Good.
In the mommy's gonna
No,
try.
Mom.
Okay.
Oh. Look at
Yes.
that.
Bring to his nose. Good. And slowly up.
Hachi, get off my jacket.
Bocce.
Don't wear a jacket.
Here. No. Right. Don't bite me.
Right, back down. Yep. There. Oh.
You just
Right.
want to
Bring your hand down.
spring him when he's doing.
Excuse me?
Try be spraying him like he's biting.
You can always correct him if he's misbehaving.
See, he's jumping and he's biting for it.
He wants to play.
Don't bite.
So
Oh, Bocce.
you're okay. He's okay. Bring him back.
He's
Yep.
like, all of that. He's checking if all his balls okay.
Good. Back to his nose.
No,
Don't- Juliana.
don't touch him.
Don't bite.
No.
The first one's always going to be the hardest. Once it clicks, it should be easier. Almost.
Almost. Come on, buddy. You can do it.
And slowly up. Yep.
Hey, Luca, don't offer your hand. Go sit on the couch. Maybe it's too much for him with this many people.
Try giving him just a freebie and then reloading to get his attention.
Here. Okay, up.
So bring your hand to his nose and then slowly pull away. And then when he stands up, go ahead and feed him. Yep, back to his nose.
Yeah.
Slowly pull away. Back to the nose.
No. Bocce.
Whoop. That was gratuitous. Here, come on, buddy. Here. No, Daddy.
No, Dad, you can't move.
Come on, Bocce.
He's
Daddy, come back.
Go in the office.
What?
Come here.
You're not helping.
All right, here. You got him. You got him. Take him.
Oh, the tooth broke in my hand.
well, now we're
Mike,
gonna
yeah,
wrap
please.
it.
No, come on. No, no, no.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Then you try.
Yes, how are you?
Bocce. Sit. No.
So when he jumps up like that, what you want to do is either bring your hand down closer, because when you bring it up, he wants to jump at it. And try not to pull it back, because then he's going to chase it. You're trying to keep your hand always in the same spot.
So you can smell it.
Yeah. Did he eat earlier?
Probably what time is it? Probably an hour and a half ago.
That's probably why. I don't feed him before the training session so that he'll be hungry for the treats.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Okay. So what we can do here is the sit kind of seems hard for him right now. Is let's try one person will call Bocce, and then when he runs to you, you'll give him a treat, and then have one of the kids call him, and then when he runs to that child, they give him a treat.
Okay. All right. So
This
here.
one broke.
Bocce, come. Good
Okay.
boy.
Just stop moving.
All right. Jada, you call him.
Bocce. Bocce.
And you can do like little hand pat, like sounds to try to draw him. Yeah, like that.
No.
Just give it to him. Give it to
Wait,
him.
give it to
Right.
him.
And see, yep. So
Get him to recognize his name, right?
correct.
Oh.
Yeah, for a long time. I think.
Is he looking at you?
Well, yeah. There's one broken
Bocce.
hand.
Bocce, come. Good boy. All right. Treats galore.
Can I try?
He's gonna be ill. Do you want to try?
You can't get afraid of him.
Okay, but you
now.
can't be afraid of him. Here, take this sit where you, and then take it back where you were sitting and call his name.
He's not
Bocce.
gonna hurt you.
Bocce.
He's such a good boy.
Go ahead.
Bocce.
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 No, let her call. Let her call.
Bocce. He's like, I'm out.
We lose him. He's playing with the towel.
Bocce.
You stinker. Bocce, come.
Stop it.
Oh, don't grab
Bocce.
him.
Bocce, come here. Come here.
Just say Bocce, come.
Bocce, come here.
Yeah, and then like kissy sounds, claps, anything to get his attention.
Bocce.
Bocce.
See, kind of hit your knee a little bit. Okay, with the feet. Bocce, come. Bocce.
Bocce.
Good.
Good boy. Oh, dropped it. Now your turn.
Bocce.
Hit your knee. And say his name.
Bocce.
Say Bocce, come.
Bocce, come.
Good.
Good.
No, you can't put it on the ground.
Yeah, don't give it out of your hand. Here, Jada, since he's close to me, you do it.
Bocce. 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 He smells it. Bocce.
Of course.
Kalana, you have to stop moving. Bocce.
Good. We'll try a couple more.
Bocce, come. Good boy.
Bocce. Good boy.
Good. Let's try, get another treat and revisit the sit. Let's see if he'll do it now.
Bocce. Bocce.
Bocce, come here. Bocce, come. Right here. Come on. You're not very interested. No.
Yeah, he might either still be full from earlier or
No.
yeah.
Not feeling it, buddy?
Do you want me to do it?
Don't bite. Come on. Ah.
You want me to try it? Bocce. Bocce. Bocce.
What are you sniffing?
Bocce. Bocce.
So what I would do is before you feed him, you could either use his kibble or and do like a little short 2-minute training session. And you can do the circles, the figure eights, the calling his name.
Okay.
And then hopefully if he's really interested in the food, you can even progress towards the sitting sit command.
Okay.
The reason why we did a bunch of those like kind of bocces and rewarding them for coming was to see if we could get his attention, like give a bunch of rewards that were easy to get more focus from him.
Okay.
But it seems like he's kind of disinterested. I think it's partially because he's not that hungry.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like the drawback to food-based training, is that if the dog's not interested or full, you're kind of stuck.
Got it.
But it's real simple stuff. So let's say you're able to create the sit by going up, right? You can then experiment with trying to get them to lay down by bringing that treat down towards the ground.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So the kids could do that during the week as like kind of like a fun little game, just to teach them some simple stuff. And then we'll see where he's at next class.
Okay.
And then if you need any help with the videos, you or Mike can shoot me an email and say, like, could you send us some YouTube videos, and I'll look up some and I'll send them over to you.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Any questions?
No, I think we're good.
Thank you.
All right. Don't give up.
I know.
I'll do it when he's hungry.
We're going to be a fast learner. I got a feeling, hopefully. Right?
I'll practice with him this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Good. If you need anything, you let us know.
Oh, I thought he was going to do it right then.
Yeah, no.
And you shouldn't be saying sit as you're doing it.
Not right now, because then you'd just be saying sit 1,000 times.
Okay.
And then he'd be ignoring everything. So I wait till the dog actually can do the sitting motion and do it consistently before I apply the word.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, perfect.
All right. If you need anything, you let us know.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good day.